Schaeffer is a convicted felon tonight after pleading guilty to charges of malfeasance in office and second-degree battery. Schaeffer was originally charged with aggravated rape and attempted sexual battery involving two women, Lisa St. Martin and Tracy Mutes, who first told us their stories almost 2 years ago.
Did Wayne Schaeffer ever sexually assault you?
Yes, on 2 occasions at gunpoint.
In addition to the rape she describes, there were beatings, bruises, and frequent trips to the emergency room.
Mostly, I became a punching bag in my face and my legs.
And he was talking a bunch of stuff that I didn't understand. He definitely had liquor on his breath.
Lisa St. Martin was another victim, a suspect in a petty theft case. She says Schaeffer picked her up in his police car one night and drove her to a secluded area.
And then he turned off his car lights, turned off his ignition, and proceeded to try to expose himself to me and start pinching me and biting me and kissing me and pretty much demanding that I have sex with him, at least oral sex, right then and there.
After our story, Schaeffer was indicted and arrested on charges that could have landed him behind bars for life. But Mute says even the indictment did not stop Schaeffer's abuse. Warned to stay away from her and St. Martin, she says he took to the internet instead.
He would post messages saying horrible things about me and about my children, make up stories.
Mr. Schaeffer, what made you decide to plead guilty?
Yeah.
You have anything to say?
No, sir, I don't.
Today, Schaeffer threw in the towel, agreeing to plead guilty to 2 felonies in exchange for 10 years probation and thousands in fines. He must also avoid any contact with his former victims.
He can't contact them via email, text messaging. He can't get on any internet website or blog or web page and even blog about this case or write about them or mention their names in any way.
I think he got off easy. You know, I think he deserves to serve time. But the cards fell this way, and at least we got an admission of guilt, and there's some pretty strict guidelines that he has to, you know, to abide by in order to stay out of prison. And hopefully he won't mess up. But if he does, I'll be the first one to be glad that he's going to prison.
One of the charges Schaeffer pleaded guilty to was malfeasance in office involving his role as a police officer in the case involving Lisa St. Martin. As a result of that plea, Schaeffer may also face federal civil rights charges as well, and we'll just have to wait and see.
Well, they're not finished with them yet, because in addition to staying away from his victims, Schaeffer can no longer own firearms. He must submit to medical, psychiatric, and substance abuse treatment and report to a probation officer for 10 years.